This is more like it. Let's settle this mano a mano.
What up, it's Shankster94, and welcome to my Melee Move showcase of Resident Evil 4 Remake in 4K HDR. So as always, I got a little bit to say before we start seeing some hand-to-hand action, so if you're an impatient one, please proceed to this timestamp. So once again, I'm returning to my origins and showing off the melee moves of a modern Resident Evil game. While this game probably has more melee than Resident Evil Village and RE-verse combined, this video will still be fairly straightforward and relatively smooth. I will only commentate when necessary while introducing types of moves and switching characters. Comparing to my OG melee showcase of Resident Evil 4, I'm first going to show all Mercenaries characters' direct stun attacks. After completing the stun melee, I will proceed with Leon and show all the other melee within the main game consisting of stunning, countering, and escaping all types of enemies. Unlike my OG showcase of Resident Evil 4 created a decade ago, I tried to cover every possible move in this game. By the end of it, if anyone thinks or knows that I might have missed a move or more, by all means let me know in the comments and I'll either re-upload the video or make an extra one. Alrighty, so I think that's all I need to go over, so let's go ahead and start the melee showcase. Alright, so to begin, we're gonna go into the Mercenaries mode. And we're gonna start with Leon S. Kennedy's stun melee. And first we're gonna comb through his head stun melee. He has more than one. Alright, so there are multiple ways to trigger the same stun attack. Upon perfectly countering attacks, you could stun the enemy and perform the same kind of attack as if you stun them in the head. You can also get the same effect, of course, if you blind them with a flash grenade. Alright, now let's check out some of Leon's leg attacks. Alright, well, that's gonna be it for Leon's basic stun melee against Ganados. Now to check out the melee moves of Luis Serra. I am very glad that they added him to Mercenaries. That is something they should have done with the OG. Starting with his head stun attacks. Alright, those are Luisi's head moves. Now let's check out his leg move. Alright, really looks like he's limited to just one move when it comes to leg stuns. So, that's gonna be it for Luis's melee moves. Now let's check out Jack Krauser's melee moves. Starting, of course, with his head stun attacks. Alright, so it appears Krauser is limited to 2 separate melee attacks when it comes to head stuns. Now let's check out his leg stuns. Alright, so 2 attacks for his leg stun maneuver as well. Not bad. Now with Krauser, of course, I gotta also show his mutation. They're definitely grounds for melee. Perfect timing for that last one. Did it against a more powerful enemy. Alright, well, that is going to be it for Krauser's basic stun maneuver, as well as his mutation power. Now for the last Mercenaries character's melee moves, our old pal HUNK. And of course, to start with his head move, I want to say he only has one, and it is by far the coolest melee move in this video. It's his classic neckbreaker move, and it's deadlier than ever. Just the crack noise is pretty brutal. He is just so smooth with it. And what he does with his fingers after the initial crack, he knows he's a harbinger of death. I mean, he is nicknamed Mr. Death after all. Now let's check out his leg attacks. Alright, that's enough of his leg attacks. I love that. Both of them harken back to something. His kick, of course, is probably inspired by his original leg move from the OG Resident Evil 4, while his knife attack, that's definitely derivative of the one he had in Revelations and Revelations 2, as well as any other knife attack that he had in other games, such as Mercenaries 3D. HUNK is a badass, we all know that. Alright, that's going to conclude HUNK's melee moves, as well as all melee moves I will perform in the Mercenaries. Now for the rest of this melee showcase, I'm going to be performing moves in the main campaign. Just take note that a lot of these moves can also be done by the other characters in the Mercenaries against the same type of enemies. I just wanted to use the main campaign to show the rest of these moves because they're in specific categories. So I'm just going to be going through a variety of enemies and showing all the attacks you can do on them, whether they're stun moves, defensive counterattacks, or escape maneuvers after being grabbed or hit by another attack of sorts. So this is just going to be one giant slideshow of moves, and I hope you guys enjoy.
Fucking monsters. to have done something.
Hurt innocent people. You're still a kid, holding on to fantasies and acting on. Neither wasn't right and wrong. Haven't done anything these last 2 years.
Until the mission's finished. You'd have said that this city. And the same ones.
Most need of salvation.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, have been the melee moves of Resident Evil 4 Remake. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, it's always a pleasure to return to my roots and do some melee action and showcase it for you guys, and apply my style of editing to it and everything. Alright, so that's gonna be the end of content from Resident Evil 4 Remake at this point, other than the unpredictable full play of the game, which, being very far into the franchise, there is no way to predict that, and it's like, I don't want to be morbid, but I might not even be alive by the time that time rolls around, I don't know. I'm joking about that. I'm just saying it will be very likely years before I get to a full play of this game. So, as we know it right now, this is the end of content for Resident Evil 4 Remake. Although there is something I'm planning in the not too distant future that will involve this game again, so maybe it's false to say there won't be any future content in a long time, because one thing I want to do is a tetralogy stream of all the remakes, now that we got 4 of them, to go alongside my previously done tetralogy of OG games. That would be really cool. Tetralogy, if you didn't know, means 4. Another way to put it would be quadrilogy, although that's an unofficial term, but more people might know it by that. I don't know. But anyway, I want to do a stream of all 4 remakes, as well as a Redux stream of the OG 4 games, because since I've done the last tetralogy stream, all 4 games have received an update to their HD mods that modders have come up with. So for Resident Evil 1 through 3, I want to play the latest version of the Seamless HD mod. While Resident Evil 4, we had the HD Project mod. It has since received an update, so I would be going from 1.0 to 1.1, with some minor improvements, but nevertheless, an improved version. So those are 2 things I want to do in the future, and one of those does involve Resident Evil 4 Remake, so yeah, you may see this game again from me in the not too distant future. Alrighty, so that's what you have to look forward to when it comes to this game. As for me and my channel, what's coming up next, at this point in time anyway, is I do want to return to RE-verse and go ahead and show the rest of the weapons and melee moves of that game that we've gotten since all of the updates, lackluster as they were, have been applied to it. I I think we all know at this point RE-verse is not going to get any more updates, so I think it's safe for me to go ahead and go back and show the rest of the weapons and melee moves. Those are going to be the next videos for me, so look forward to all that. This is Shankster94, aka the Gamer Shankster. Rate, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on social media, starting with Twitter at Shankster_94. I'm really active on there, so you really should follow me. Check out my Facebook page and support me on Patreon. Shout out to Feargale the Fearless for being an active patron, and shout out to these individuals for supporting me in the past. It's one of the perks of supporting me even for a little bit. You'll always be shout out for the rest of the time, unless you turn into an asshole like a certain individual that everyone knows about. Of course, check out my Discord server, Shankster's Hub. It is a fantastic place to just casually hang out with people who love Resident Evil. And of course, if you really support my channel in general, it's a great place for you because it is designed around my content creating. All right, guys, peace out. I look forward to seeing y'all in more content of the future.